Imagine being blindsided, dumped by text after 2.5 years, only to discover your ex was secretly cheating on you for months. Then, she has the audacity to publicly declare herself finally free from toxic men. That's when something inside me snapped. I'm Daniel, 39, and just 3 weeks ago, my life took a sharp turn. Monica, 35, ended our 2.5 year relationship with a text message. Not a conversation, not a warning, just a cold, impersonal text at 11 a.m. on a Wednesday while I was at work. This isn't working anymore. I need to focus on myself and my spiritual journey. Please don't contact me. She'd already blocked me. 2.5 years. Gone. Just like that. I'd been there for her. Through her bankruptcy, I'd helped. When she started her wellness coaching business, I supported her, even paid for her certification courses. But a text? That was apparently all I deserved. The real gut punch came through mutual friends. She'd been seeing someone else, a guy named Trevor from her women-only Healing Circle meditation group, for 3 months. 3 months, while we were still together. And she'd lied to my face about that group. I was hurt, angry, but I swallowed it. I kept my mouth shut. I didn't blast her online. I told only my brother and just tried to move on like an adult. Then, yesterday, Monica posted this long, dramatic status on Facebook. Finally free from toxic men and their suffocating energy. No more walking on eggshells. No more dimming my light to make insecure men comfortable. The universe has shown me what real divine, masculine energy looks like. And I'm never settling for less again. Here's to new beginnings and authentic connections. She loaded it with hashtags: toxic masculinity, spiritual awakening, know your worth. Attached was a photo of her and Trevor, posing in some yoga positions on a beach. Now, I'm not usually petty. I'm really not. But something about being called toxic after everything I'd done for her, it just flipped a switch. A primal, vengeful part of me woke up. So I commented, "Congratulations on your new journey." Simple enough, right? Except I didn't stop there. I also tagged a few key people. Her boss at the insurance company, Janet. Pastor Williams from the very conservative church her parents attended, where Monica was supposedly still a member. Her parents themselves. And her sister, Catherine, who's married to a cop and has zero tolerance for cheaters. Here's the thing Monica completely overlooked. Her profile picture from 2 months ago was still visible in her photos. The one from Trevor's house party. The one where she's doing body shots off him, wearing practically nothing, with a caption about exploring tantric connections. Yeah, that photo. The one she posted when she told me she was at a women's empowerment retreat. The DMs started rolling in within minutes. Frantic. Desperate. What did you do? Take it down now. This is harassment. I'll call the police. You vindictive piece of trash. Please, please, please delete the comment. My mom is freaking out. I didn't respond. I just watched. The chaos was unfolding exactly as I'd hoped. By the way, if you're still with me, you're in for a wild ride. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. More unbelievable stories like this one are always coming. Her sister Catherine was the first to go public. She commented right under the yoga photo. Interesting. Wasn't this taken when you were supposedly helping me with wedding planning? And isn't that the guy from your women-only meditation group? Ouch. Monica deleted the post, but it was too late. Screenshots were already circulating faster than gossip at a church picnic. Then her mom, Diane, called me. Diane, this woman hadn't spoken to me in 2 years because Monica told her I was spiritually incompatible with their family values. Daniel, what's this about Monica and some man? She's saying you're spreading lies. I kept my voice calm. Mrs. Morrison, I just congratulated her on her new relationship. She's the one who posted about it. She stammered, but she said she's been single since you two broke up last month. I clarified, we broke up 3 weeks ago, via text, after she'd been seeing Trevor for 3 months. A long, stunned silence. Then, a tiny, almost whispered, "Thank you for letting me know, Daniel." That felt good. Really good. The best part? Monica's boss, Janet, saw the tag post during her lunch break. Janet is a 58-year-old former Marine who runs her insurance office like a military operation. She has very strong opinions about professionalism and social media conduct. Monica tried to call in sick the next day. Janet told her, in no uncertain terms, that she needed to come in for a discussion about professional boundaries and social media policies. But wait, it gets better. Pastor Williams doesn't do social media, but his wife, Helen, certainly does. She saw the tag, went straight to Monica's profile, found that infamous body shots photo, and apparently printed it out. According to Catherine, who's now my unsolicited news feed because she's furious about being lied to, Monica's parents got called into a meeting with church leadership. They wanted to discuss Monica's concerning online presence and whether she should still be teaching Sunday school. The dominoes were falling. Monica, meanwhile, was scrambling. She posted a new status about how toxic exes will try to sabotage your growth and how I was weaponizing her spirituality against her. Trevor, her new spiritual guru, commented, "Stay strong, goddess. Weak men can't handle divine feminine power." I couldn't resist. I responded directly to Trevor. "Didn't you tell your wife the same thing? How's the divorce going?" "Yeah, I did my research. Dude was still married." Monica deleted that post faster than light. The entitlement, though, it reached astronomical levels. Monica actually showed up at my apartment at 7 a.m. the next day. Not to apologize, oh no. She was there to demand that I fix this situation. Full victim mode. Designer sunglasses, workout clothes that probably cost more than my monthly grocery bill, clutching a green juice that looked like it cost $18. "You've ruined my life," she screeched. I just looked at her. "I commented on your post, that's all. You knew what would happen." She went on, "My parents are threatening to cut me off. The church wants me to attend purity counseling." Purity counseling for a 35-year-old woman. I just shrugged. "Sounds like a you problem, Monica." She literally stomped her foot. A grown woman, stomping her foot like a toddler. "You have to tell them it's all a misunderstanding. Tell them Trevor and I are just friends. Tell them you edited that photo." I raised an eyebrow. "The photo you posted 2 months ago, when we were still together?" Her face went red. That's not the point. The point is you're destroying my reputation out of jealousy." The delusion was breathtaking. "Monica, you call me toxic publicly after cheating on me for months. And for the record, I never even said your name. No one would have known it was about me." The woman who'd posted couple photos of us for 2 years honestly thought no one would connect the dots. "Fix this, or I'll sue you for defamation," she threatened. I just smiled. "Good luck with that. I'd love to show a judge the timeline of your posts and when you started screwing Trevor." She threw her expensive green juice at my door and stormed off. My neighbor, Mrs. Chun, 82 years old, zero filter, was watching from her doorway. "That the cheater?" she asked. "Yeah," I replied. "Good riddance." She seemed high maintenance anyway. Later that day, Trevor called me. "Bro, we need to talk." I cut him off. "We really don't. Look, what happened between Monica and me is between us. You dragging my wife into this is messed up. I wasn't having it. I didn't contact your wife, Trevor. Your public profile did that. You commented about my divorce. I knew his game. Public information. Your wife filed 2 months ago. Adultery, right?" He hung up. But the absolute peak of entitlement came from Monica's mom, Diane. She called, demanding I attend a family meeting to resolve this situation properly. "Daniel, you're being unnecessarily vindictive. Monica made a mistake, but airing family business publicly is unacceptable." I had had enough. "With all due respect, Mrs. Morrison, Monica aired it publicly first. I just made sure the right people saw it." Her voice rose. "You've humiliated our entire family. What will people at church think?" My patience evaporated. "Maybe they'll think you raised a cheater who lies to everyone." She gasped. "How dare you? How dare I?" "What? Tell the truth? We welcomed you into our home and then told me I wasn't good enough for your daughter when she started her spiritual journey. Remember that." Silence. "This conversation is over, Daniel. But this isn't. We'll be pursuing legal action." "Cool," I said. "My lawyer would love to see Monica's text calling me toxic after committing adultery. Very Christian of her." She hung up. The consequences for Monica were swift and brutal. Janet called Monica in for that meeting at work, and according to a coworker I knew, it didn't go well. Monica tried to claim I was cyberstalking her and she needed time off for mental health. Janet pulled up Monica's social media on the conference room screen and went through it, post by post. The body shots, the toxic men rant, the thirst traps posted during work hours, the time she called in sick but posted beach photos. Monica got a final warning. Any more social media drama involving the company and she was out. They also blocked all social media on her work computer. The church situation? It imploded even worse. Pastor Williams' wife, Helen, turned into a one-woman investigation unit. She found everything. The tantric workshop photos, the sacred sensuality posts, the fact that Monica had been charging people for spiritual healing sessions that were basically her doing tarot readings in lingerie on something akin to OnlyFans. Monica was immediately removed from teaching Sunday school and strongly encouraged to attend a 3-month restoration program for those who'd strayed from the path. Her parents didn't cut her off entirely, but they did cancel paying for her apartment, the one she'd convinced them was necessary for her safety after leaving her toxic relationship with me. But here's where Monica went full nuclear. She created a GoFundMe. I'm not kidding. The title, Help a Spiritual Warrior Recover from Narcissistic Abuse. The description was a masterpiece of delusion. My ex-boyfriend has systematically destroyed my life after I found the courage to leave his toxic influence. He's turned my family against me, sabotaged my career, and damaged my reputation in my spiritual community. I'm now facing homelessness and job loss because I chose to follow my authentic path. Please help a survivor rebuild her life. Goal, $30,000. She shared it everywhere. Tagged, mutual friends, old classmates, everyone. My brother called me, laughing. Dude, did you see this? She's really trying to crowdfund her breakup. I didn't even have to respond. The comment section did it for me. Catherine, her sister. Monica, this is insane. You cheated on Daniel for 3 months. Stop lying. Janet, her boss. This is highly inappropriate. See me Monday morning. Helen, the pastor's wife. This is bearing false witness. I'm deeply disappointed. Even better, Trevor's wife commented, interesting. My divorce filing says my husband spent $8,000 on spiritual retreats with you. Maybe ask him for money. The GoFundMe was reported and taken down within 6 hours. Monica's response? She went live on Instagram, crying about the patriarchy silencing divine feminine voices and how everyone was enslaved by traditional religious programming. Later, her dad texted me, Daniel, I'm sorry we didn't raise her to be like this. Thank you for opening our eyes. Plot twist. Trevor ghosted her, completely disappeared, blocked her on everything, moved out of his apartment. He was getting divorced anyway, and according to his LinkedIn, took a job 3 states away. Monica tried to show up at his gym, his favorite coffee shop, even staked out his mom's house. His mom called the cops. Just when I thought Monica had hit rock bottom, she pulled out an industrial drill and kept digging. She joined a Warrior Goddess Healing Circle, a $500 a month membership, and decided the real problem was that she hadn't fully activated her divine feminine rage. This manifested in her creating a TikTok account where she posted daily videos about surviving narcissistic abuse and reclaiming your power from toxic masculinity. She never used my name, but she dropped enough details that anyone who knew us would know exactly who she meant. My ex was so threatened by my spiritual growth that when I finally left, he tried to destroy me financially and socially. Toxic men will weaponize your own family against you when you choose yourself. The patriarchy supports abusers. That's why my ex still has his job while I'm being persecuted. The videos were getting thousands of views. She was building a whole following of women cheering her on, calling me trash, sharing their own toxic ex stories. I stayed quiet until she made a crucial mistake. In one video, she mentioned specific dates and showed receipts, screenshots of our old text that she'd clearly edited. But Monica isn't tech savvy. She didn't realize the metadata, the digital fingerprint of the original conversation, was still visible. My buddy Craig, who works in IT, helped me extract the original conversations. The ones where she was texting Trevor while telling me she was at her mom's. The ones where she was planning a weekend getaway with him while I was paying for her car repairs. I didn't post them publicly. Instead, I sent them to Catherine, her sister, with a simple message, in case she tries to claim these are fake. Catherine went nuclear. She created her own TikTok response. This is my sister Monica. She's claiming to be an abuse victim. Here's the truth. And she laid it all out. The cheating, the lies, the fact that Daniel, yes, she used my name, had paid for her certifications, supported her through bankruptcy, and never once raised his voice or hand to her. She ended with a mic drop. Stop believing every woman who cries abuse. Some of them are just mad they got caught. That video got 2 million views in 48 hours. Monica tried to get it taken down for harassment, but Catherine had receipts for everything. Screenshots, timelines, even a recording of Monica laughing about how clueless I was about Trevor. The warrior goddess healing circle kicked Monica out for bringing negative energy to the sacred space. Her new TikTok followers turned on her fast. The comments went from, "Yes, queen," to "You're the toxic one" overnight. But Monica still wouldn't stop. She showed up on my work, with printed screenshots of my harassment, my single Facebook comment, and the Trevor divorce reply. She marched up to reception and demanded to speak to my manager about my cyber terrorism. Thank God I work in IT and my boss, Marcus, is the most chill dude ever. He looked at her evidence, looked at her, and said, "Ma'am, commenting on a public post isn't harassment. However, you showing up at his workplace is a security concern." She got escorted out, screaming about lawsuits and knowing her rights. Then came the letters from a lawyer. Not a real lawyer. Mind you, some guy she found on Craigslist who called himself a legal consultant. He sent this terribly written cease and desist that included gems like, "My client has suffered egregious emotional damages to the sum of precisely $50,000. You must immediately cease all defamatory actions, including but not limited to existing. Failure to comply will result in legal ramifications of the highest order of magnitude." My actual lawyer friend looked at it and just laughed. This might be the dumbest thing I've ever read. Frame it. So I did. Monica's final meltdown was spectacular. Unable to accept that her narrative wasn't working, she decided the problem was that she hadn't gone big enough. She planned a healing ceremony in the park where we'd had our first date, invited all her remaining followers, about 12 people, and live-streamed it. The ceremony involved burning sage, chanting about releasing toxic energy, and I kid you not, burning printed photos of me while reading poetry about reclaiming her power. 2 problems. 1. You need a permit for public gatherings and open flames in the park. 2. One of the photos she burned was actually of me and my cousin, Derek, who's a sheriff's deputy. My cousin Derek saw the live stream. Catherine had sent it to everyone and decided to stop by the park on patrol. Monica was in the middle of a dramatic speech about Phoenix rising from patriarchal ashes when Derek showed up. "Ma'am, do you have a permit for this?" Monica, flustered, shot back. "This is a spiritual ceremony. You can't oppress my religious freedom." Derek, completely deadpan. "Ma'am, you're burning things in a public park without a permit. That's illegal. This is harassment. You're probably friends with my ex." Derek paused. "Ma'am, I'm his cousin, and you just burned my photo." The live stream chat went wild. Monica tried to run, tripped over her own ceremony supplies, and fell head first into the fountain. Derek didn't arrest her, just gave her a citation for the unpermitted fire and told her to clean up her mess. The whole thing was still streaming. Someone made it into a meme. When your healing ceremony gets healed by karma, with Monica falling into the fountain. It went viral on Twitter. The next day, I got a text from an unknown number. "This is Monica's mother. We're getting her professional help. She's agreed to enter a 30-day program for emotional regulation and personality disorders. I apologize for everything she's put you through. You were a good man to her, and we should have seen the truth sooner." I was speechless. Then, surprisingly, a week later, I got an actual letter from Monica sent from the treatment facility. It wasn't an apology, not exactly. More like bargaining. "Daniel, I realized things got out of hand. I'm working on myself now. When I get out, Maybe we could talk about starting fresh. I understand if you need time, but what we had was special before outside influences corrupted it. Trevor meant nothing. You're my soulmate. I didn't respond. Monica got out of treatment 2 weeks ago. From what I hear through the grapevine, she's living with her parents, working part-time at her uncle's accounting firm. Janet fired her after the workplace incident, and she's banned from all social media as part of her recovery plan. Catherine told me Monica asked about me once. How's Daniel? Does he ever ask about me? No, Catherine replied. He's dating someone new, which is true. I met Amy at the gym. She's a veterinarian, loves hiking, has never once used the phrase divine feminine energy, and thinks the whole Monica saga is hilarious. Wait, she burned your photos in public. Amy laughed so hard she snorted. And it's on the internet forever. Yep. My cousin Derek even has it saved for every future family gathering. The funny thing is, I don't even hate Monica anymore. She gave me the gift of showing me exactly what I don't want in a partner. The victim complex, the entitlement, the inability to take responsibility. All red flags I'll never ignore again. Last week, I saw Monica at the grocery store. She was with her mom, wearing normal clothes, not her usual spiritual warrior getup, and she looked deflated. We made eye contact. She started walking toward me, but her mom grabbed her arm and steered her away. Monica, no. I heard her mom say firmly. That's part of your agreement. No contact. But Mom, I just want to know. You've done enough damage. I finished my shopping. When I was loading my car, I found a note under my windshield wiper. I'm sorry, Em. I crumpled it up, threw it away, and drove home to Amy, who was making dinner and dancing badly to 80s music in my kitchen. How was shopping? She asked, smiling. Got everything on the list. My hero, she teased. Oh, your mom called. She wants to know if we're coming to Easter dinner. Yeah, we'll be there, I said, a genuine smile spreading across my face. Normal, drama-free, exactly what I wanted. Looking back, that one Facebook comment started an avalanche I couldn't have predicted. But here's the thing, I didn't create Monica's problems. I just made sure the people she was lying to could see the truth. She built her house of cards on a toxic man narrative while cheating, lying, and manipulating everyone around her. All I did was open a window and let the wind in. To everyone saying I went too far, she publicly called me toxic and tried to paint me as an abuser to cover her own cheating. She was sleeping with a married man. She tried to get me fired, sued, and socially destroyed. All I did was tag some people in her own post. Play stupid games. Win stupid prizes. And Monica, if you're reading this somehow, Trevor's wife just had their baby. Yeah, she was pregnant when you were doing tantric workshops with her husband. Hope your spiritual journey was worth it. So what do you think? Did I go too far? Or was every single consequence she faced exactly what she deserved? Let me know in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to hear your take. Oh, and to answer the question I know some of you are thinking, yes, that fountain video is absolutely still online. You can find it if you search Spiritual Ceremony Fountain Karma. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going hiking with my girlfriend who, thankfully, doesn't think trees have chakras.